Hello friends. My name is Artem Lyskov. I am an actor, director, acting coach and casting director. I couldn't wait for this moment when I would meet with you again. And so this moment has come. Well, for those who are new to this channel, we are currently watching your self-tests, which you mostly send to me yourselves. Because the format has turned out to be very interesting and popular for you. That's great, I like it. So enjoy the analyses. This is why we exist here. And most importantly, learn, develop, and be, so to speak. Armed in everything. Well, let's go. Today, let's watch the scene. Today, we are watching The Charlatan with Valentine Drap, self-tests. So, let's go, Valentine. Good luck to you.
Man, please, I beg you, don't hit me. What do you need?
You should not dig here, in this particular location.
Us. We should be digging, right here. So move your stuff and sit there, until you turn blue.
You can move the grave, but you cannot sit here. Who sit here? This is sacred land. The ancestors of my ancestors came here to pay their respects. You cannot break the chair. That is made of strong, durable material.
Sit down. I got it. You're one of those, what's it called? A sorcerer. A shaman, right? Wives like that. Brought them home in their lives.
Yeah, and definitely fell here. So, well, let's sort it out step by step. What exactly happened here? Let us delve into the details of what happened here. To begin with, let us start with something good. Very good background indeed. Very good sound, truly. He got dressed. But I clearly see that he is definitely an actor. And indeed, that's unfortunately bad. Let us together figure it out right away and see what we can do about it.
Watch.
So, let's put it this way. How I see it in the analysis. He kind of shakes it off and accidentally gets noticed. Let's watch this moment.
Dude, really, don't annoy me.
Yeah, and he addresses him as if they have already had a conversation. I have the impression that he seems to know him already.
So what exactly do you need?
You should not dig here at all.
Us. We should be digging right here. So move your stuff and sit there until you turn blue.
What? He embellishes his words a bit. You know, it's a phrase from theater school when an actor starts to present words in a certain way on purpose, and if it's also supported by gestures, it immediately looks unnatural. Look, there's a very important point here that I'm talking about. Many people can understand that there are nitpickers. Wonderful guy, truly a wonderful guy. But let's talk about the profession after all. What seems to be the difficulty here, I think, is with the profession. It seems to me that their relationships are unclear. What does he want from him? This is, you know, the acting theme that should permeate all your auditions, in any moments when you are performing, especially if you are auditioning. What do you want? Who are you interacting with? Who is your partner? What do you want from him? Why are you starting conversations with him? This is a very important point. And here, everything is very interconnected. It's like a little train. He is not familiar with him. It's one conversation. He is kind of trying to figure it out. So, if he is already familiar with him, then it's a different conversation. This is the first conversation. This is the second conversation. This is the 100th conversation with him. He is saying, don't annoy me. I've talked to you 100 times already. What do you need? And again, another question. Probably, one task is to find out, for example, if we analyze it, I don't want to delve deeply into these dialogues right now. If we analyze the text, then he wants to figure out what he needs, what needs to be done for him to leave here, because they need to do something there. Judging by the scene, I understand that they need to dig into something. And he doesn't really clarify with him, meaning there isn't that moment of asking what you need. What do you need? Tell me. I am ready to give you this, and this. Just say what you need. And then the truth appears. This text appears. But right now this text is separated. I hear the actor. I see the actor. I see how he seems to be trying to articulate this text. In other words, this moment doesn't really exist in life. If he is, I don't know, the head of this company that is carrying out construction work here, and someone is bothering them, and the workers have already talked to them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 have talked, and they all said, "No, Comrade Andrei Maximovich, come. You are the head. You can resolve the conversation with this person." And he comes in all dressed in a suit. How will he talk? How is he used to talking to people? All of this is very important. You know, people often don't think about this. They receive the text and start thinking about the text. But in reality, they need to think around it. They need to think around the story. And then your text will be easy if you think everything through carefully. If he wants him to leave, then he needs to act with words, as if he is driving him away from here. So it actually turns out that he came to talk, you know. Look, he indeed came to talk.
Man, don't annoy me.
You know, this is even a moment where he didn't notice him at first, but then he is no longer truthful, because if this conversation has already happened, if they have already talked, if he has already annoyed him, then he comes in and understands, okay, he's here again. What do you need? Then it's a different beginning. He has never seen him before. He sees him for the first time, so why is he not trying to make contact with him? Trying to make contact is also an action.
So, what do you need?
Well, from the words, so what do you need? I understand that there is already some dialogue. There's no need to dig into it here.
We should be digging right here. So move your stuff and sit there. At least until sewing.
You see, all of these, the coloring of words, it doesn't provide naturalness, you see. The casting director is just like any other viewer, only even more demanding. And if the audience notices the acting, it's immediately like, you say, oh, that's it, they're fooling me. If the casting director notices the acting, it means that, well, they will be looking for the next one.
You can rearrange, but you cannot sit down. Who? Sit down. This is sacred land. The ancestors of my ancestors came here to pay their respects. You definitely, absolutely, without a doubt, can't break it.
Look, see, he was kind of looking away. In other words, he understands that this guy, his partner, is talking some nonsense. And he seems to be waiting for him to finish, and then it's time to continue. But he's waiting for something. There's some kind of pause here. What's with the pause?
Sit down. I got it. You're one of those, what's it called? A sorcerer. Oh, a shaman, right? The wife brought such people home.
Ah, and that's it. You see, the temperate has fallen on the scene. According to the rules of analysis, the temperate in the scene strives to move forward. It must always go forward. It can never falter in the middle.
Spirits were expelled. Charlatans drain money from people.
Is that why you broke up with your wife?
What is it now?
This was indeed a lie. It's truly such a falsehood, undoubtedly.
I can be like that too. A shaman.
Very long, some kind of pauses.
Yes, Andrei Rudolphovich.
Yeah. What did you want from the scene?
What?
What did he want? What did he want? From the scene, it's unclear. You, as actors, must clearly understand that you are the captain of this scene right now. You are steering it, you are moving it, and you need to move it somewhere, towards some logical conclusion. What? Did he make an agreement with him or not? What goal did he set? You see, there is no goal, and consequently, there is no assessment of whether this goal was achieved or not. He just came to chat, you know, and he chatted. Wonderful, great, but it was all a lie. And what if I set a goal for myself? Even if I just made it up, I would set it and say, okay, my task is to drive him out of here. And in the end, it didn't work out. And then, when this Rudolph would have already called and said, well, hello, yes. Just sit further away. Then there would be something to play with. But it turns out the text you see is, oh, it's such a common theme. You are only thinking about the text. That is completely wrong. You need to think about the scene, about the situation. The text is just a small piece. It can actually be anything. You can read any poem by Pushkin at all while playing the scene you need. Why don't you think about that? No, this is no. One can proceed. Have a good evening. Bye-bye. Send the samples. It happens, guys. That's how it is. I am, of course, going into great detail here. I am, of course, trying to convey more thoughts to you. That is, to make it clearer to you. Why not? Because often there is no and no. Thank you. We will call you. Goodbye. And you have nowhere to study. I see a total problem in the analysis. That is, the analysis is lacking. You need to work on the logic of the analysis. If you can't figure it out yourself, take a class. Write to me and say, Artyom, I want a class on script analysis, on scene breakdown. We will definitely meet, discuss, and I will teach you so that you don't make such mistakes again. We need to learn. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.